Why are Asian men commonly made fun of for having small dicks? Because stereotypes are the junk food of social intelligence. I watch a Japanese YouTuber who sometimes talks about the difference between Westerners and Japanese people, and he mentioned that Japanese people don't put emphasis on having a big penis, don't believe big penises have any correlation to manliness, or think it's necessary to please a woman. It's just not a thing there apparently. As a result, when producing Asian porn, their male porn stars have penises of varying sizes, sometimes small, sometimes average, rarely large. This is accurate all over the world for averages, but is mostly only depicted in Asian porn. Presumably this results in Westerners thinking that what they see is the biggest they have to offer rather than a representation of regular averages. The big penis thing really shouldn't be a thing anywhere. Most women don't care. There are women who do, but they are not the majority. And yes, I am a woman. All of the Asian guys in my cell block were pretty well hung, but also incredibly gentle. The difference between Asian and European averages are 1 cm based on calcs.info, which uses verified scientific studies aggregated to an average. The comment with tons of upvotes is talking about 1-2 inches with certainty, which is a good example of the racist stereotype that revolves around this subject. If you look at Brits' averages in isolation, the difference is virtually zero, but Dutch averages over 2 cm larger. Despite this, both countries are considered same because of white skin color. So to answer your question, racial profilation with roots in 1800s imperialism. 1. Dick shaming is normalized for some reason. 2. Racism against Asians. All Asians, not just from Oriental descent, is also pretty normalized and not taken that seriously. Put 2 and 2 together and voila! Exclamation. I'm a short Asian dude. I love the stereotype, because when you actually get to that moment, they always go, "You're a lot bigger than I expected," but I'm just average. Just the perception of being Asian and short means they assume I'm not hung. Also really seals the deal because they still want me. So yeah, it doesn't hurt my confidence at all. It's just annoying, like in a racial way. But for my own body positivity, it doesn't harm me. Be a Krillin. I'd avoid spending any time around people who made fun of my body parts. Also, the correct reply is that's not what your mom said last night. Assuming you say anything. I dated an Asian guy. He was probably 6.5-7 inches. Latino guy that I hooked up with was small, maybe 3 inches. Super tall white guy was 5.5-6 inches. It all varies. I served in the army. I've seen all the dicks in the showers. All races are damn near the same. But the biggest I've ever seen was on a gay black man who was a bottom. This thing hung to his knees and was as thick as a baseball bat. Such a shame wielding all that power to only be a bottom. Like a cruel joke. It's a stereotype. For the same reason that black men stereotypically have large penises. 18th, 19th century racism. According to this belief, all of humanity was divided into 3 races. The terms they use sound horrifically racist to modern ears, but they were, broadly, European including Middle Eastern and South Asian, African including Polynesian, and East Asian including Native American. You can already see that it makes no sense. Some purported characteristics of these races were that African people were physically strong, but brutish and unintelligent, more like animals than people. They were believed to have underdeveloped brains and oversized genitalia. East Asians were believed to be intelligent but too effete to be productive, with oversized brains and underdeveloped genitalia. Europeans, of course, as the supreme race, perfectly balanced the physical and intellectual characteristics that made humans human, with both brains and genitalia being of the right size. Just a stereotype developed over the years, as some things are. I don't think it's really true. People are mean. Sometimes a stereotype just takes off and doesn't go away. 1. People saying that to you is sexual harassment, genuinely so odd to speculate on someone's genitals. 2. The history of the emasculation of Asian men is a long and boring one. There is a lot of literature on it. If you have time, apes:/digitalcommons.wcl.american.educuvcontent.cg article equals 1164 context equals t-maziridair equals 1 refer equals https 253a 252 f 252 www.google.com 252 furl 253 fq 253 dhttps 253a 252 f 253 252f digitalcommons.wcl.american.edu 252f CGA 252f ucontent.cga 25,253 Farticle 25,253 D 1,164,252,526 Context 25,253 DT MA 2,526 So 253 DU 2,526 SQA 253 D 22,526 Fed 253 D2 OUK UJ KDQ K042 F AX WDMVK FHW8 NC LSQ FNO EKAKAK 2,520 because America was going through a hard financial time, and Chinese labor source imports helps to coddle that. And then demeaned, because we're immigrants. Am I right, folks? This lead America into a spiral of emasculating and feminizing Asian men, which is still prevalent today and translates into things like, well, that. Given that Asian countries have giant populations, those dicks seem to work quite well. The reason people think it's okay to say that unprovoked and to your face is racism, possibly with a dash of misandry. Short answer is that they meaning Western media is trying to emasculate Asian men while fetishizing Asian women, because male body positivity isn't taken seriously. I've seen Japanese porn and there are dudes packing real heat there. Not sure where the stereotype came from, but in general if someone is insulting you with that, it probably comes from a place of great insecurity within them. No one with half a brain believes all Asian men have small PP. And even if they did, that isn't a bad thing unless you desperately want to walk around with a knee swinger accidentally hitting short people in the head every time you turn around quickly. I'm a white dude who is a bit of an exhibitionist. Went to a nude beach one time, the most hung dude there was Asian. He also gave zero fucks and didn't come across as boastful at all. Chill guy.